As we continue then to monitor developments on the ground regarding the shutdown, let's go back to Megawatt Park, where my colleague Natasha Phiri is standing by with the EFF's Deputy President, Floyd Shivambu, and he's just addressed supporters. Natasha, of course, when we spoke a short while ago, you said he had just arrived. What had he had to say to the supporters?
Well, Bongiwe, indeed, he actually, a short while ago, he actually addressed EFF members. And of course, the reason why they're actually protesting here is that they're saying that they're protesting against the energy crisis in the country. And just addressing EFF members, although we caught him at the tail end, he had spoken about sourcing other means of energy. But let's just hear from the horse's mouth himself. Does he deem this day as a success? You've been walking the whole day. How are you feeling right now? How are your members feeling? Was this a success or not? And are you happy that there were no incidences of violence?
No, look, we are so grateful to all the fighters of the EFF, the ground forces, that have patiently and in a disciplined way engaged in a necessary protest to demand the return of electricity and, of course, the resignation of the useless head of state called Cyril Ramaphosa. It was a very successful day, not only here in the march which started in Alexander up until here in Megawatt Park, the Eskom head office. Everywhere else where we were engaged in activities, it was a huge success, from literally in Musina to the Cape. Everywhere else the EFF exists, we had a serious impact. We said there's going to be national shutdown. Today, there was a national shutdown today. This shows that we're an organization that matters. We're an organization that is listened to by majority of the people here in South Africa. And of course, we had to come here in Megawatt Park. We're not going to conclude this protest without coming to Megawatt Park because we are demanding the return of electricity. We highlighted the simple fact that without electricity, we are nothing. It affects literally every aspect of our life. It affects the supply of water. It affects the supply of water, of food. It also affects education as well, because educational systems, people who have to study need electricity. It affects healthcare as well, because the medical machines and equipment need to rely on electricity. So without electricity in the modern age, we're absolutely nothing. We need electricity, and the state has got an obligation to provide electricity. The sitting head of state is one incapable, is also unwilling to provide electricity to the people of South Africa. There is enough capacity, there is enough natural resources in South Africa to could provide dependable electricity for all the people here in South Africa who can even export electricity to other parts of the African continent. We have got abundance of all sources of electricity, from coal, from uranium, which makes nuclear energy, from the sun as well, from water in terms of the hydroelectric energy sources, hydrogen, everything else that are sources of energy is in abundance here in South Africa. But we've got an incapable government, we've got an incapable, directionless, greedy and corrupt head of state, whom we're demanding must step down today. And if he doesn't step down, we're still going to pursue him in all platforms. Everywhere we found him, we're going to pursue him until he steps down. He's an illegitimate president who must be removed from office as soon as yesterday.
Mr. Shivambu, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
That was the Deputy President of the EFF, Mr. Floyd Shivambu, also saying that this national shutdown does not stop here. Of course, they will be intensifying their action, calling for President Cyril Ramaphosa to step down. And of course, he's called the president incapable. Bongiwe, it's been a very long day. So from me and my colleague, it's back to you in studio.
What a sterling job you guys have done throughout the day. And of course, those walks, Natasha, were definitely not easy. But of course, this is all in the interest of public service journalism. And I wonder, as the Deputy President of the EFF reps up there, what these efforts to intensify will look like. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out in the public domain. Natasha Phiri there bringing us the very latest from Megawatt Park.